Unlocking the Shadow Self, a Voyage to Wholeness. In the deepest recesses of our being lies a dimension that is often left unexplored, a realm that holds the keys to our full potential. This is the territory of the shadow self. The shadow, a concept first brought to light by the psychologist Carl Jung, represents those parts of ourselves we have pushed away into the darkness, the emotions, desires, and traits we've deemed unacceptable. It is the repository of all that we have denied, and unlocking it is an act of courage, a profound step towards true self-awareness and liberation. So, what happens when we really unlock our shadow self? At first, it can be disconcerting. We are confronted with the aspects of ourselves that we've been taught to suppress or that we've judged harshly. These may be feelings of anger, jealousy, or fear, or perhaps qualities like assertiveness and ambition that didn't find favor in our environment. Unlocking the shadow is like turning on a light in a room long sealed off, where we've stored the parts of our identity that didn't fit the image we wanted to project to the world. Click subscribe to this channel to get more profound spiritual lessons. As we begin this process, we may ask, what is the nature of the resistance we feel? Why do we shy away from these parts of ourselves? Often it is fear that holds us back, fear of what we might discover, fear of being overwhelmed by these long-buried aspects of our identity. But as we engage with our shadow, we soon realize that these fears are gatekeepers to a more authentic and empowered self. Unlocking the shadow self requires us to extend compassion to ourselves. It is a process of meeting the estranged parts of our being with understanding rather than judgment. It is acknowledging that we have been doing the best we could with the knowledge and resources we had at every step of our lives. When we show compassion to our shadow, we begin to heal the split within us, and we open the door to a more integrated and harmonious self. The work of integrating our shadow starts with awareness. We can't heal what we don't acknowledge. This means becoming an observer of our thoughts and reactions. It involves noticing when we're triggered and exploring the roots of those reactions. What are the stories we've been telling ourselves? How have they shaped our perception of who we are? This is not an easy task, but it is a necessary one if we are to reclaim the power we've given away to the shadow. As we engage with our shadow, we may encounter resistance not just within ourselves, but also from those around us. Our growth can be unsettling to others, particularly if it challenges the status quo of our relationships. Some may feel threatened by our newfound assertiveness or by the changes in our behavior as we begin to honor parts of ourselves that we previously neglected or suppressed. During this time, it is crucial to be grounded in the intention of our journey, to become whole, not to conform to the expectations of others. The rewards of embracing our shadow are manifold. As we integrate these neglected parts of ourselves, we become more authentic. Our relationships deepen because we are no longer hiding behind a mask. We can connect with others more fully because we are present with our whole selves. Our creativity flourishes when we allow all aspects of our being to express themselves. We may discover talents and passions that were buried under the weight of our disowned traits. Unlocking our shadow also enhances our emotional intelligence. We become more attuned to our inner world, which allows us to navigate our emotions with greater skill. We can sit with discomfort without being overtaken by it, and we can express our emotions in a way that is constructive rather than destructive. Now, as we stand at the threshold of this profound inner work, let us consider the question, what would it mean to live without the weight of the unexamined shadow? How might our lives look different if we were to harness the full spectrum of our being? This is not a question to be taken lightly, for it invites us to imagine a life of greater authenticity and freedom. The illuminated darkness, embracing the full spectrum of self. Continuing our exploration, we now understand that unlocking the shadow self is not a one-time event, but a continuous process of engagement and acceptance. It is a dance with the unseen, a respectful partnership with the parts of ourselves we have yet to fully understand. The journey of integrating our shadow is akin to alchemy, where, through a transformative process, we turn the lead of our denied experiences into the gold of wisdom and wholeness. The first step in this alchemical process is to cultivate a safe space within ourselves, a sanctuary where all aspects of our being are welcome. This requires the establishment of self-trust. We must trust that we are strong enough to face whatever arises from the depths of our psyche. We must trust that, in the space of non-judgment, healing is possible. The act of unlocking our shadow often leads to a re-evaluation of our values and beliefs. It is an invitation to question the codes we have been living by and to discard those that no longer serve us. This revaluation is not just intellectual. It is an emotional and spiritual reckoning with the ways we have limited our own growth. What values were we holding onto out of fear? What beliefs were we clinging to because they provided a false sense of security? As we let go of these, we make room for values and beliefs that resonate with our true selves. The shadow also contains a wealth of untapped energy. Every time we suppress a part of ourselves, we are using energy to keep it hidden. When we unlock our shadow, we release this energy and can channel it toward our passions and goals. Imagine the power and vitality available to you when all the energy once used to maintain the facade is redirected towards creative and life-affirming pursuits. Moreover, unlocking the shadow can lead to profound psychological healing. Many of us carry wounds from our past, traumas that have gone unaddressed. The shadow often guards these wounds, and by engaging with it, we give ourselves a chance to heal. This is where the shadow becomes a teacher, guiding us to understand the source of our pain and showing us the path to resolution and peace. The process of unlocking the shadow is not without its challenges. As we bring light to the darker aspects of ourselves, we may experience a period of turmoil. Old patterns may fight to maintain their grip, and new, unfamiliar aspects of ourselves may seem overwhelming at first. It is essential during this time to practice self-care and to seek support if needed. Remember, chaos is often a sign of transformation, a signal that the old is giving way to the new. One of the most powerful practices in working with the shadow is the practice of forgiveness. Forgiveness of ourselves and forgiveness of others. Forgiveness does not mean condoning harmful behavior. Rather, it is a release of the hold that past hurts have on us. It is a reclaiming of our energy from events that are no longer happening. When we forgive, we free up immense space in our hearts and minds, space that can be filled with love, joy, and serenity. Unlocking the shadow also expands our capacity for love, both for ourselves and for others. As we become more accepting of our own imperfections, we become more accepting of others. We can meet people where they are, without the need for them to be different. This unconditional acceptance is the bedrock of deep and meaningful connections. In the realm of personal development, the shadow is often the gatekeeper to our next level of growth. It challenges us to rise above our perceived limitations and to step into a fuller expression of our potential. Each time we integrate a disowned part of ourselves, we become more of who we are meant to be. As we continue this exploration, let us now turn our attention inward and consider, what aspects of my being am I denying that, if acknowledged and embraced, could transform my experience of life? This question is not meant to provoke a quick answer, but to ignite a process of reflection and discovery. The dance with the unseen, harnessing the power within. With the groundwork laid for a deeper understanding of the shadow self, we now turn our attention to the practical aspects of engaging with this hidden realm. The integration of our shadow is not a passive process. It requires active participation, a deliberate choice to engage with the parts of ourselves that we have neglected. One practical step in this process is to identify our triggers. Triggers are emotional reactions that seem disproportionate to the event or comment that sparked them. They are clues, signposts pointing toward the parts of our shadow that are seeking our attention. When we are triggered, it is an opportunity to pause and ask, what is really being activated here? What part of my shadow feels threatened or unacknowledged? Journaling can be a powerful tool for shadow work. By writing freely about our thoughts and feelings, we can uncover patterns and beliefs that have been operating below the surface. Journaling provides a way to dialogue with our shadow, to ask it questions, and to listen to its responses. It is a space where we can express the inexpressible without fear of judgment. Another transformative practice is meditation. Meditation allows us to create a quiet space in which we can observe our thoughts and feelings without attachment. It provides a pause in the busyness of life, a moment of stillness in which we can connect with ourselves on a deeper level. In this space, insights about our shadow can arise naturally, as if floating to the surface from the depths of our subconscious. Dream work is also a valuable practice in shadow integration. Our dreams are a direct line to our unconscious mind, and they often contain symbols and scenarios that reflect our shadow aspects. By recording and reflecting on our dreams, we can gain insight into the parts of ourselves that are asking for recognition and expression. Working with a therapist or counselor skilled in shadow work can provide guidance and support as we navigate this complex territory. A professional can help us understand the language of the shadow and offer strategies to integrate it in healthy ways. They can act as a mirror, reflecting back to us what we might not be able to see for ourselves, and offer a compassionate presence as we confront and embrace our inner darkness. It is essential to approach shadow work with patience. The shadow has been with us for a long time, and its integration is a process that cannot be rushed. It unfolds in its own time, often in layers, revealing itself piece by piece. As we peel back these layers, we may experience a range of emotions, from grief to anger to relief and joy. Each emotion is a signpost on the journey, indicating where we need to offer ourselves understanding and where we need to dig deeper. Physical exercise and movement can also be instrumental in shadow work. The body holds emotional memories, and through movement, we can release stored tensions and traumas. Activities like yoga, dance, or even simple stretching can help to bridge the gap between the physical and emotional realms, providing a pathway for the shadow to express and integrate into our conscious self. The creative arts offer another avenue for shadow integration. Through painting, writing, music, or any form of creative expression, we can give voice to the parts of ourselves that have been silenced. Creativity bypasses the rational mind and taps directly into the unconscious, providing a safe and powerful way to explore and express our shadow aspects. As we engage in these practices, it is important to cultivate an attitude of non-attachment to outcomes. The shadow does not operate on our timetable, and its integration is not a linear process. We may find that issues we thought we had resolved reappear, asking for deeper understanding. This is not a sign of failure, but a natural part of the journey toward wholeness. The integration of the shadow brings with it a sense of personal accountability. As we become more aware of the full range of our emotions and motivations, we also become more responsible for our choices and actions. We can no longer blame others for our reactions, as we understand that they are triggered by something within us. This level of accountability can be challenging, but it is also empowering. It places the reins of our life firmly in our hands. One of the most profound shifts that occur when we unlock our shadow is the realization that our perceived weaknesses can be our greatest strengths. Qualities we have shunned, once transformed and integrated, can become powerful tools for our growth and the contribution we make to the world. What was once a source of shame can become a wellspring of resilience. Now, let us sit with the question: in what ways have I allowed my unexamined shadow to dictate the course of my life? And how might my life change as I bring these aspects into the light of consciousness? This is not a question that seeks an immediate answer, but rather one that invites us to embark on a journey of self-discovery and transformation. The wisdom of the depths. Unearthing the gifts of the shadow. As we delve deeper into the process of unlocking our shadow, we come to recognize the incredible wisdom that resides within this uncharted territory of the self. The shadow is not just a repository of pain and denial. It is also a treasure trove of potential and insight. When we engage with the shadow, we tap into a source of inner knowledge that can guide us toward a more fulfilling life. One of the most valuable gifts the shadow offers is the opportunity for authenticity. As we integrate the disowned parts of ourselves, we shed the need for pretense. We no longer feel compelled to hide behind a facade or to play roles that don't align with our true nature. This authenticity brings a sense of liberation, as we are free to be who we truly are without apology or artifice. The shadow also holds the key to understanding our relationships. It often projects itself onto others, leading us to react to people not as they are, but as reflections of our own disowned qualities. As we reclaim these projections, our relationships transform. We begin to see others more clearly, and our connections become more genuine. We are able to engage with people from a place of wholeness, rather than from a place of lack or neediness. Furthermore, unlocking the shadow enhances our intuition. The shadow is closely linked to the unconscious mind, which is a wellspring of intuitive knowledge. As we integrate our shadow, we clear the channels of intuition, allowing it to flow more freely. This intuition can guide us in making choices that align with our deepest values and highest aspirations. The process of unlocking the shadow also leads to a profound sense of inner peace. When we are at war with parts of ourselves, we are in a constant state of internal conflict. By accepting and integrating our shadow, we bring peace to the inner battlefield. We learn to live with less internal resistance and more inner harmony. An unexpected byproduct of shadow work is the development of a sense of humor about ourselves. As we come to accept our flaws and idiosyncrasies, we can laugh at the human condition, our own imperfections included. This humor is not derisive, but rather compassionate and embracing. It allows us to take ourselves less seriously, which can be a profound source of relief and joy. Embracing change, the transformative power of the shadow. As we continue to work with our shadow, we often find that we are not only transforming ourselves, but also influencing the world around us. The personal changes we undergo can have a ripple effect, impacting our relationships, our work, and our communities. Our personal transformation can inspire others to embark on their own journeys of self-discovery. As we become more authentic and integrated, we set an example that encourages authenticity in others. We create a space where others feel safe to explore their own shadows, fostering a culture of openness and growth. Additionally, as we become more in tune with our shadow, we often discover a well of creativity and vitality. This can lead us to pursue new projects, careers, or forms of service that are more aligned with our true passions and talents. By bringing our whole selves to these endeavors, we contribute to the world in a more meaningful and impactful way. Shadow work is not a destination but a journey, one that is ongoing and ever-evolving. There is no final state of perfect integration, as the shadow is a dynamic part of our psyche that continues to develop and change as we do. Yet, each step we take toward understanding and integrating our shadow is a step toward greater self-awareness, freedom, and fulfillment. It's a challenging journey, but one that is rich with rewards for those who are brave enough to undertake it. In conclusion, unlocking the shadow can be one of the most profound and transformative processes we can engage in. It is a path that requires courage, patience, and commitment, but it promises to lead us toward a more authentic, peaceful, and vibrant existence. As we embrace the totality of who we are, we unlock the full potential of our being, and in doing so, we unlock the potential to not only change ourselves, but also the world around us.